the three phases we all go through with parents and kids, right? First phase, kids idolize their parents. Then second phase, they demonize their parents. Oh, I saw what you did, Dad. Mom, I saw. They demonize. Then third phase is they humanize their parents, right? I'm assuming an agent, a CIA agent or an FBI or an NSA probably goes through those three phases with the agency as well. You first idolize, like to others, you're like, oh my God, and the CIA, that's sick. I'd be using that to get laid every day. That's what I'd be doing. Right? So I'm assuming like phase one is, dude, I'm idolizing. I'm part of the freaking CIA. And second phase is like, damn, that's some dirty stuff right there. Because there's stuff that we don't know, right? So then you demonize, then you humanize. And you say, well, these are not perfect people. Everybody makes mistakes, and every organization makes mistakes. Corporations make mistakes. Governmental agencies make mistakes, et cetera, et cetera. So you go more in the humanizing phase. But while somebody's in the demonizing phase and they're seeing the dark side of the organization, that's a vulnerable area for somebody to come in and exploit that opportunity.
Absolutely.
Okay, and many have from the outside, right? We've had agents that have been bought, money, sex, women, all of that stuff. For me, when it says a lifelong type of an NDA, you call it secrecy, I don't know. It's like sometimes I wonder if it's happening, we don't know about it, but they can't talk about it because it'll ruin the credibility of the existing agency. Because how do some people know so much about us? Where are they getting their intel? Like you were talking about how Russia, on another podcast, you were talking about how great of a job Russia's done against Ukraine, how they're actually getting exactly what they want. Yes, Ukraine has shown a lot of strength, but maybe Russia's strategy is working very effectively. How they're getting their intel, I don't know. Even you said, I don't know how they're doing what they're doing. So how are they doing it? Maybe we have some people that are supporting them. Could that be a possibility?
I would say it's more than a possibility. It's almost a guarantee.
Okay.
That the United States, in the world of intelligence, we all assume that we are penetrated to some level or another, right? Penetrated means we have a mole among us, or we have information leaks among us. There's a technical operation collecting information from servers or databases somewhere, right? You have to assume that you're compromised, because if you assume that you're not compromised, you're even more exposed to risk. So assume that you're compromised, compartmentalize from there, and act appropriately, increase your security from there, right? Just like I joked about the guy who didn't let me in the front door, that's awesome security for Valuetainment. This building is that much more secure because that guy, in the face of doubt, kept me out. No problem, he let me in eventually.
Guy's getting a promotion, by the way.
But that's how you have to operate if you want to maximize security, right? When it comes to why we don't speak out of school, yeah, we don't want to dishonor our country, we don't want to dishonor CIA, we don't want to smear our family names, but we also, for damn sure, don't want to give our enemies information they might be able to use against us just so that we can talk about it on CNN or talk about it in the press. There's an awesome example of Osama bin Laden from 2002, 2003. The Wall Street Times, or maybe the New York Times, Wall Street Journal or New York Times, was speaking to a intelligence service anonymous source, and they talked about how we were tracking bin Laden through his satellite phone. That was a source and a method, right? The one thing we're not supposed to talk about. And then because of that, bin Laden stopped using that satellite phone, completely changed his communication strategy, went dark, went black, and we had to start all over again.
Damn.
I don't want to give China any advantages. I don't want to give Russia any advantages. I want to give the American people every advantage we can give them, but I also want to be able to talk honestly about what my peers don't talk about, because just like you're saying, I want to respect my secrecy agreement, but I also want to be able to shed some additional perspective on the awesome work that the men and women still inside get to do. The privilege that I have as an American, being able to leave and still talk about it. Because if I was in France, I wouldn't be able to. If I was in China, I wouldn't be able to. If you're an SVR officer in Russia, once you leave, you don't get to talk about it.
So if you like this clip and you want to watch another one, click right here. And if you want to watch the entire podcast, click right here.